I was thinking the other day, I'm not much of an outdoorsman. That's not what I was thinking about. But when I was doing outdoorsman type things, I realized something. In Ephesians 3:20, it says, "Now to him who is able to do far more abundantly than all that we can ask, think, or imagine." That is the operation of grace that is at work within you and within me. And I went wake surfing this particular day. I've been surfboarding and I've never stood up once. The most crazy thing about surfing is that you've got to paddle your way out past the waves. And then once you get past the waves, you turn yourself around and then you position yourself and you got to keep your head on a swivel, looking for when the next good wave's going to come in. You've got to paddle out in front of it. Then you've got to stand up once the wake's created, and on the very face of it, that's the momentum that carries you back to shore. If you don't paddle fast enough and stand up at the right point, you won't be carried out. So that's surfing. Wake surfing with a boat, a little bit easier. You got a rope, you just stand at the back, and the moment there's enough force to pick you up, you're up and you're riding the wake, which is good and which is nice. But the point of it isn't to hold on to the rope the entire time, because holding on to the rope the entire time means that you're not riding it correctly. It means that you're relying on the tug of the boat to actually keep you in the surf. The same way with our faith, we want to get to a point to where we're just standing and we're just being carried by God's grace through every single day, every single moment of our life. So it's not merely us relying upon someone else or relying upon our spouse or holding on to the church to pull us through and to keep us in this wave. We want to get to a point that we're stood up on the wake, we're stood up on the wave, on the board, and it's carrying us, and we're learning the times when to lean into it and when to pull back. But if you don't learn that rhythm, it'll be harder and harder. So I encourage you today, figure out what that means. Learn to ride the wake. Understand that this thing of grace, it's a force. It's something you can't really fight against. It's something that you've got to learn to go with the flow in.